There are moments in life that change you forever, not because something outside of you shifts, but because something inside of you awakens. A lesson learned in pain, a truth realized in silence, a failure that cut so deep you could no longer pretend to be the same person. Most people move through life blind, chasing pleasures, distractions, and temporary victories. But then one day, life delivers a lesson so powerful that it shatters your illusions. And from that moment, you can never go back. Once you truly understand discipline, you cannot return to laziness. Once you truly understand self-worth, you cannot settle for disrespect. Once you truly understand the value of time, you cannot waste it again. These lessons are not written in books. They are carved into your soul through struggle, mistakes, heartbreak, and sacrifice. And if you dare to accept them instead of running away, they will make you stronger, wiser, and unrecognizable compared to the person you once were. This speech is not for entertainment. It is a mirror. It is a reminder. It is a call to rise. Because once you learn these life lessons, you will never be the same. Most people spend their entire lives running away from pain. They hide from discomfort. They avoid rejection. They distract themselves every time something hurts inside. But what they don't realize is that pain is not the enemy. Pain is the first and greatest teacher. Think about it. Why do you remember your heartbreaks more than the easy days? Why do you remember the times you failed more than the times you won? Because pain leaves a mark. Pain forces you to wake up. Pain refuses to let you stay the same. A man who has never suffered will always remain shallow. A woman who has never faced rejection will never truly know her worth. We only grow when something breaks us down. That's why the strongest people you will ever meet are not the ones who had an easy life. They are the ones who walked through hell and came back standing. But here is the secret. Pain does not automatically make you stronger. Pain only gives you two choices. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it transform you. If you run from it, you remain weak. But if you face it, if you lean into it, if you ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Then pain becomes your greatest weapon. Every scar you carry is not proof of weakness. It is proof of survival. Every wound is an invitation to rise. And if you can see your scars not as shame but as wisdom, you will realize something powerful. The pain you hated the most became the foundation of who you are. This is why once you truly understand pain, you can never be the same again, because you will stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this trying to teach me? You will stop running from difficulty and begin to embrace it as part of your path. You will stop fearing struggle and start respecting it. Most people want the easy way. They want shortcuts, quick results, a comfortable life. But let me tell you, comfort does not create strength. Comfort creates weakness. If you want to be strong, if you want to rise, if you want to build a life that cannot be broken, then you must allow pain to be your teacher. The truth is, every time you suffer, every time you fail, every time you are rejected, life is giving you a lesson that success could never teach you. The world does not become easier. You become stronger, and that strength will stay with you forever. So the first lesson of life is this: embrace pain, don't run from it. Because the day you accept that your struggles are shaping you, you will stop feeling like a victim and start walking like a warrior. And once you learn this, you will never be the same. Most people spend their lives chasing money, chasing status, chasing recognition. And yes, these things matter to some degree. But what most people don't realize until it's too late is this: the most valuable currency you will ever own is not money, it is time. Money can be earned and lost, Opportunities can come and go. Relationships can break and be rebuilt. But once a moment of your life is gone, it will never return. Time is the one currency that only moves forward. Every second you waste is a second carved out of your destiny forever. Look around. How many people live as if they are immortal? They waste entire days scrolling endlessly, complaining, chasing meaningless pleasures. They tell themselves, "Tomorrow I will start. Next year I will change. One day I will live the life I want." But that one day never comes. Why? Because they forgot that their time is running out. Every sunrise is not just a new day. It is a reminder that one less day remains in your life. You are not getting younger. You are not promised tomorrow. Every breath you take is borrowed. And when you understand this, life takes on a different meaning. When you truly value time, you stop tolerating the wrong people. You stop entertaining useless arguments. You stop wasting your energy on things that don't matter. Instead, you begin to choose wisely. Who do I spend my time with? What do I dedicate my energy to? What do I want my short life to mean? These questions become urgent. The powerful men and women you admire are not necessarily smarter than you. They are not luckier than you. The difference is they respect their time. They understand that an hour wasted cannot be recovered. They guard their days like a treasure chest because they know their future is being built right now in every choice they make. The tragedy of life is not death. The tragedy of life is wasting the time you were given, living in fear, distraction, or regret. If you die tomorrow but lived fully today, then you lived well. But if you live to be 90 and spend your days empty, chasing validation, drowning in routine, then you never truly lived at all. So the second lesson of life is this: protect your time with your life, because time is life. If you want to know what someone values, look at where they spend their time. If you want to change your future, change how you use your hours today. Never forget this truth: money will come and go, but your time once gone will never return. Once you truly learn this, once you live with this awareness, you can never be the same again. You will stop drifting and start living. You will stop wasting and start building. You will finally walk with urgency, with clarity, with purpose. One of the greatest sources of human suffering is this: we try to control everything. We want people to behave the way we expect. We want life to unfold according to our plans. We want circumstances to bend in our favor. And when they don't, frustration, anger, and despair take over. But life does not bend to our will. Life bends only to truth. And the truth is, there are things you can control, and there are things you cannot. The wise man, the strong woman, learns to distinguish between the two. The foolish one wastes their entire life fighting battles that were never theirs to win. Think about it. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control who likes you or who rejects you. You cannot control the family you were born into, the country you live in, or the past that shaped you. But you can control how you respond. You can control the effort you put in. You can control the habits you build. You can control your mindset, your discipline, your reactions. That is where real power lies, not in forcing the world to obey you, but in mastering yourself. A storm will come, but will you let it destroy you, or will you stand firm like a mountain? Someone will insult you, but will you give them control over your peace, or will you rise above it? Failure will happen, but will you allow it to define you, or will you use it to rise higher? The secret to peace is not in controlling everything. It is in learning to release what you cannot control. Let go of the illusion that you can fix every person, that you can force every outcome, that you can prevent every setback. You can't. The moment you accept this, you will be free. But this does not mean you become passive. No, it means you pour your heart and soul into what is in your control. You give your best effort, your full focus, your strongest discipline, and then you surrender the rest. You act with intention, but you release the outcome. That balance is where wisdom lives. Most people live in the opposite way. They neglect their own discipline, their own choices, their own growth, and they waste their energy obsessing over things they cannot control. They argue endlessly about politics. They compare their lives to others. They drown in resentment about the past. All of this is wasted life, wasted energy, wasted time. So the third lesson is this: control yourself, release the rest. Stop trying to manage the entire world. Start mastering your own world. Because if you master your habits, your emotions, your discipline, your reactions, then no storm outside can break you. Once you learn this, you will never be the same again. You will no longer be a slave to every setback, every insult, every disappointment. You will walk with a calm strength because you will know, this is mine to control, that is not. I will give my best where I can and release where I cannot. And when you live like this, life begins to shift. You no longer live in constant tension, trying to hold everything together. Instead, you walk with peace, with balance, with clarity. Most people run away from pain. They avoid it, numb it, deny it. They distract themselves, scrolling endlessly, chasing temporary pleasures because they are afraid to sit with their own suffering. But here is the truth. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Think back to the most powerful lessons of your life. Did they come when everything was easy? Or did they come when life broke you down, when you were betrayed, when you failed, when you lost something you thought you could never live without? It is always the pain that teaches us what nothing else can. The problem is not pain itself. The problem is how you interpret it. Weak minds see pain as punishment. Strong minds see pain as guidance. When something hurts, it is showing you where you need to grow, what you need to release, what you must transform. A broken heart shows you that you placed your worth in someone else's hands. A failure shows you that your skills or discipline are not yet enough, and that is the exact area to strengthen. Loneliness shows you that you are disconnected from yourself, that you rely too much on outside noise to feel alive. You see, pain is not there to destroy you, it is there to awaken you. Every scar you carry is proof that you survived. Every wound is an invitation to rise, but if you keep numbing it, keep running from it, you will never learn the lesson, and life will keep sending you the same pain until you face it. The strongest people you admire, the ones who walk with calm confidence, they are not strong because life was kind to them. They are strong because they faced their suffering and grew from it. They allowed pain to burn away their illusions. They sat with the darkness until they discovered their own light. If you are in pain right now, don't rush to escape it. Don't drown it in noise. Sit with it. Listen. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? Where is it pointing me? Maybe it is telling you to let go. Maybe it is telling you to grow up. Maybe it is showing you that your old ways are not working anymore. If you listen closely, pain always carries wisdom. The fourth lesson of life is this: use your pain. Let it refine you, not define you. Let it shape you, not break you. Let it make you wiser, not bitter. The fire that burns you can also forge you into steel, if you allow it. One day, you will look back at the pain you feel now and realize it was a turning point. You will see that it broke your old self so that your stronger self could be born. And once you learn this truth, Once you stop fearing pain and start learning from it, you will never be the same again. Most people think freedom means doing whatever they want, whenever they want, sleeping as long as they like, eating whatever tastes good, following every impulse, chasing every desire. But look deeper. Does that kind of living create freedom? No, it creates slavery. Slavery to laziness, to addiction, to weakness. True freedom is not found in living without rules. True freedom is born from discipline. When you master yourself, when you control your impulses, when you train your body and mind to obey your higher self instead of your lower desires, that is when you become free. Think about it. A man who cannot control his anger is a slave to it. A woman who cannot stop scrolling for hours is a prisoner of distraction. A person who cannot control what they eat is shackled by their own appetite. You may think you are free, but in reality, you are chained to your own habits. Discipline breaks those chains. Discipline is the choice to do what is necessary even when you don't feel like it. It is the commitment to rise early, to train, to study, to create, to move forward while everyone else is wasting their lives waiting for motivation. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not loud. But it is the silent force that builds strength, character, and freedom. When you live with discipline, you don't have to fear life's challenges. Why? Because you have already trained for them. You have built resilience through consistent effort. You have built focus by saying no to distractions. You have built self-respect by keeping promises to yourself, and that self-respect is worth more than gold. Most people pray for an easier life. The disciplined person does not. They pray for stronger shoulders, a sharper mind, a more focused heart. Because they know life will never be easy, but they can become stronger, and discipline is the path. Understand this: freedom without discipline leads to destruction. Discipline creates the structure that allows true freedom to exist. When your body is healthy, you are free to move. When your mind is calm, you are free to think. When your emotions are stable, you are free to love without fear. All of this is built through daily discipline. The fifth lesson is this: discipline is not punishment, it is the highest form of self-love. Every time you wake up early when you want to sleep in, you are loving yourself. Every time you say no to a distraction and yes to your growth, you are respecting yourself. Every time you do the hard thing instead of the easy one, you are building freedom. Ask yourself, what would your life look like if you mastered your discipline? How strong would you feel? How much peace would you carry? How much freedom would you have? That version of you is waiting, but you must earn it through daily, disciplined action. Once you understand this truth, you stop waiting for the world to change. You stop blaming circumstances. You stop looking for shortcuts. You realize, I am the builder of my own freedom, and my tool is discipline. And once you live this way, you will never be the same again. We live as if we are immortal. We make plans for next year, for 5 years, for someday without realizing that life is fragile and tomorrow is never promised. The sixth and final lesson of life is this: remember death, and it will teach you how to truly live. When you wake up in the morning, you assume you will sleep again at night, but the truth is, you are never guaranteed another sunrise. Death is not something far away. It walks beside you every day, a silent reminder that your time is limited. Most people run from this thought because it terrifies them, but the wise embrace it because it awakens them. Think about it. If you knew today was your last day, would you waste it scrolling through nonsense? Would you waste it arguing over small things? Would you waste it living in fear of what others think? Or would you finally say the words you've been holding back, take the risk you've been avoiding, show the love you've been hiding. Death clarifies what truly matters. The people you love will not be here forever. Opportunities will not last forever. Even your own strength, beauty, and energy will fade. If you keep waiting for someday, you will wake up too late. Death is not meant to make you afraid. It is meant to make you alive. When you remember death, you stop living in illusions. You stop chasing shallow pleasures. You start to value time, people, and growth. Imagine if every step you took, you remembered it could be your last. You would walk with gratitude. Imagine if every word you spoke, you remembered it might be the final thing someone hears from you. You would speak with kindness. Imagine if every decision you made, you remembered that one day you will not be here. You would choose courage, not fear. This is the wisdom of death. It strips away what does not matter and shows you what does. It tells you, forgive quickly, love deeply, live fully. Stop waiting for the right moment. It may never come. The right moment is now, so the sixth lesson is this. To live well, you must remember that you will die. Not to become sad, but to become free. Death frees you from the illusion of permanence. It reminds you that everything is temporary. Pain, joy, struggles, victories. Once you accept that, you stop clinging, you start flowing. You live with open hands, not tight fists. The strongest warriors, the wisest monks, the most peaceful souls, all of them meditate on death, not because they want it, but because they know it makes them appreciate life. Every breath becomes a gift. Every moment becomes sacred. Ask yourself now, if this were your last year, what would you do differently? If this were your last month, who would you call? If this were your last day, how would you live? Don't wait for death to answer these questions. Live as if you already know the truth, because you do. Once you learn this lesson, once you allow death to be your teacher, you will never waste your life again. You will never be the same again. My friend, you have just walked with me through 6 life lessons. And maybe as you listened, you felt something heavy in your chest. Maybe it was pain you have carried for years. Maybe it was regret for the time you have lost. Or maybe it was a fire awakening inside you, reminding you that you are still alive, that you still have a chance to change. Listen carefully. Life is not waiting for you. Every second that passes is one you will never get back. You can either continue complaining, continue escaping, continue wasting this one short chance, or you can rise. You can face yourself. You can decide that from this moment on, you will live with strength, honesty, discipline, and courage. Do not tell yourself, I will start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow does not exist. There is only now. And if you cannot change now, you will never change later. The truth is, nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not society. Even God will not walk your path for you. He gave you breathe, strength, and a will. But you must take the steps. You must fight for your own life. So I ask you, will you keep crying that life is unfair? Or will you rise up, face the fire, and allow it to forge you into who you were meant to be? Because the moment you take full responsibility for your life, that is the moment you become unstoppable. And if these words touched you, if they lit even a small spark inside you, then do not let that spark die. Protect it, feed it, turn it into a flame that burns through every excuse and every weakness. Now, I will ask you for something. If this message reached your heart, backhand index pointing right first, like this video as a sign that you are ready to commit to change. Backhand index pointing right second, comment below, I will rise, to make your transformation real. Backhand index pointing right third, subscribe and share this video with someone who needs it. Strength is not meant to be kept for yourself. It is meant to be passed on, so we can rise together. Remember this: you were not born to be weak, to be lost, to be forgotten. You were born to rise, to grow, to conquer, and every day you wake up is another chance to prove it. Take this message with you, live it, breathe it. Walk it, and one day, when you look back at your life, you will not say, "I wasted my chance." You will say, "I lived fully, I faced the storm, and I became who I was meant to be."